Hello everybody, it's Mirialda here once again, and welcome back to an Ami box. Woohoo, yes! And it is a 120 size box. There is one singular figure in here, and honestly, I wasn't expecting the box to be this big. Because it is technically a prize figure, but it's a tall one. So let's get this open so that we can see who it is. You know who it is. I've been waiting on her for a little while now because shipping has been slow, but on the upside, no tariffs yet. So hopefully, last I read, if it comes through the post office, there won't be tariffs. But I could have read that line completely wrong, and it could change completely in an hour from now. So who knows? We've got Amiko and a kitty cat. So yay. I think this is the July card because she did technically ship in July. Let's go ahead and get the box open. We see paper and we see more paper. And there she is. Let's go ahead and get her out of the box. Yeah, it's definitely bigger than I was expecting. Go. So in front of us we have Alya, aka Alisa Mikhailovna Kujou, the white fox version of her, and forgive my pronunciation, I'm trying, but she is from Tokidoki Bosotto Roshidere Dereru Tonari no Alya-san, or Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russians, or Roshidere, or however you want to abbreviate it. This is a, like I said, it's a prize figure. She is a Tenitol Tall. So Tenitol is FuRyu's prize figure line, one of them, and tall means she is big. So Alya released on July 7th of 2025. I had her combined with another figure that ultimately delayed. That's why she took so long to get here. And then everything's slow. I ordered her on June 8th of 2025. I paid on July 28th. She shipped out on August 1st and got here today on August 11th. I paid 10,450 yen, or $74.15. And 7,152 yen, or $50.75 for EMS shipping. So yay. Anyways, there is Alya's from the front in her box. It's a white, boring box, but a nice picture of her. The picture wraps around to the side, and there's the Japanese title. There's the back with a bunch of warnings. And then there's a full body shot on the side. If we go to the top, it says Tenitol Eru, Tenitol Itai, Tenitol. Okay. And then bottom is a nice boring plain pink bottom. So let's go ahead and lay that down. And it does appear to be 3 pieces of Scotch tape. So we shall cut that. It is a corrugated cardboard box, so nice thick heavy duty box. She is in a blister pack. Inside the box is just plain white cardboard. Set that off to the side. And there is Alya. And yes, she is tall. So maybe if I bring her a little bit closer, do a 1x zoom, shove her back a little bit. But anyways, there she is in the blister. There is a spot for a bonus face. You had to buy her from the FuRyu mall to get that, I believe. So, no, I do not have the bonus face. I got her from Ami. There she is from the side. From the back. And the other side. And back to the front. So, go ahead and lay her down. And we'll cut the tape holding the blister together. Like maybe only 1 piece per side. And we should be able to pop her open. relatively simple affair there. Pull out her base. So Alya has a plain, boring pink plastic base with holes for the pegs that are attached to her feet. On the bottom, it says Tenitol, copyright Sun Momoko Katakawa Alya-san Partners, made in China, and FuRyu. So yeah, set that down, then we'll unwrap Alya a bit, pull her out. She is actually relatively heavy, so we'll set her down there. She falls over, clean up the mess a bit, and then we can have a look at Alya. So there we go. There is her face. She's got nice blue eyes, good details in them. She does have a little bit of a frowny, embarrassed face, and she is sweating a little bit. And she is also blushing. She's got a nice pointy nose. Her mouth is carved, so it's not just painted on. She does have human ears. And she is wearing some fox ears. Nice little ahoge, little curly Q. The hair is made out of translucent plastic that has been painted on the top, so it does grade in from paint into translucentness. She does have a fluffy choker on. The back side of her hair, you can see it's all sculpted quite well, and you can see how she has her right side of her hair tied into a little bow and a little strand and everything. And the left side just goes straight down. Top of the head, pretty clean. You can see some mold lines on the fringe there. And overall, the paint does have that little bit of roughness to it. It's not super refined or anything. She does have quite the chest on her. Welded cleavage, but it is quite deep, so tilt her to the side a little bit and you can't even tell. And it does go deep in the front as well. She does have straps that are painted onto her chest, and the paint is a little bit sloppy on that strap. You can see it going onto her skin. Good armpits on her as well. She's got a little frill on the top of her shirt, we'll call it. If we go down to her cleavage, there are some buttons and some sculpting on the rest of the boobs. Her sleeves are like sweater material, so they are sculpted very well, very detailed on the sleeves. And then she also has like a furry boa wrapped around her, and then furry cuffs on the sleeves. Hands, this hand is sculpted quite nicely. Even the ring and middle finger are separated past the knuckle. She does have pink fingernail polish on. You can see the knuckles and some tendons in the back of her hand. Go down to her other hand, and this time the ring and middle finger are fully together, but sculpted quite nicely. You can see the little pads on her fingers and the lines and everything, so good job there. She does have a hint of a belly button. Yeah, I probably should have brought some lights out for this. Oh well. She is wearing bikini bottoms with little frills on the side. And there's some wrinkles and folds on the inner thigh and everything. Spin her around to the back. She does have a fox tail with a little kind of a grayish blue tip. There are some nice strands and everything. The back side of her is honestly, in my opinion, the weakest part of this figure, because she doesn't really have much of a booty to speak of. And the undies or bikini bottoms kind of just, I mean, they're sculpted and everything, but it just leaves a bit to be desired, in my opinion. If we look at her back, we do see some shoulder blades, and we do see her shirt. It's like a tube top. There's a little bow, pink bow in the center. And I saw you might be able to see like the mold line on the boa. So remember, this is prize figure, higher quality prize figure, so it's not going to be perfect. The legs feel nice, feel pretty smooth, and I don't see any of the typical mold lines you would get, especially on the shins and everything. Well sculpted knees and backs of the knees. Good calves on her. Then we go back down. We got, again, the fluffy, furry ankle bracelets. She does have ankles. And she is wearing some simple high heels. And we can see that, yes, there is a little gap right there between the heel and her foot, so it's like actual shoes. If we look at her toes, we do not see her toes, so they fully go into the shoe. Well, that's the image you're getting. And then we do see the pegs on her feet. So you got the clear support pegs, and then you got the toe pegs. And I just noticed she does have hips. So good sculpting there. Yeah. I'd say from the waist up, she looks really good. Waist down is really simple. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and tilt the camera down now. And gotta set her down because things are getting out of balance, so gotta adjust the stand a bit. Go ahead and get the base out. So, if we look, it looks like the clear pegs are just a little bit bigger than the toe pegs. So, I think that's how she goes on. Pretty simple to get around the base. I did have to adjust the feet just a tiny bit so that there is a little gap between her toes. But she is fully assembled now. Before I do anything more, let's go back up to her head. And if you did get the bonus face, her fringe comes off. And then you can pop the faceplate off. And then you would put the other one on, which I believe is a winking face. But like I said, I do not have that. So go ahead and put the face back on and put the hair back on. So it'll be relatively simple. I didn't struggle at all with that. Good job, FuRyu. Put her back on the turntable. And then we shall spin. Yes, spin. So, yep. Looks pretty good, I think. And for under $100. And she is, like I said, quite tall. Let's see. What do I have? Well, if you have Ami cards, there you go. It goes up to her nipples, basically. Let's see. If you have a 8.5 by 11, there you go. Goes up to her eyebrows. So yeah, we'll spin her again, and then we'll do some zoom spins. So let's go ahead and bring this closer and do a 3x zoom. Tilt up to her face. And lock. And there we go. So we shall spin her face now. And of course she's leaning forward a bit, so she is not centered. But that's okay. Yeah, pretty good sculpting on her hair and her ears. Her face is painted very nicely. I think that's the angle you're kind of supposed to be looking at her. So we'll go ahead and tilt down to her chest region. And we'll spin that. Yeah, nice and simple. Really, let me put my glasses on and look. Not much paint work or shading. The frill is a little bit pink, and her outfit is more white. The sleeves are a little bit pink. there does appear to be a little bit of crud on her left boob, right above the frill line. So I may try to clean that up later. I'll go down to her waist region. So, yep, pretty standard swimsuit and pretty flat booty. But you do see the hints of the cheeks there, so she does have a bit of a booty. And then, like I said, she's got a foxtail, and I'm just noticing through the camera there is a little bit of slop right there, but that's okay. And then we'll go ahead and tilt down and zoom out, and we shall spin her legs. And yeah, I don't really have much to say right now, so sorry if this is a boring video, but it is what it is. Go ahead and tilt back up, take the camera out, do a little bit of handheld shaky cam. So there is her face. Kind of from the angles. Go down from a lower angle. Honestly, I think her face looks a little bit cuter from the low angle. The boobs look very good from the higher angle, of course. And the weld, like I said, is not very obvious, especially unless you're looking directly at it. Let's go kind of Dutch angle spin-ish. And then back. And a really low angle. And then we'll go up to above her, and then we'll put the camera away and close this off. I do have another Alya figure ordered. She's not going to come out for, I think, until next year. It's of her in her kind of a Neko lingerie outfit, her swimsuit. So, yay, we'll look forward to that. So anyways, this is Alya, aka Alisa Mikhailovna Kujou, the White Fox version of her. She is from Roshidere, or Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian, or Tokidoki Bosotto Rushigo de Dereru Tonari no Alya-san. She is a Tenitol Tall figure by FuRyu. Alya released on July 7th of 2025. And she cost brand new at AmiAmi 10,450 yen, or $74.15. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I've got figures ordered. Whether or not they release, who knows. See you soon. Bye-bye.